When I realized the moon is a faithful witness to her groom, the sun, and Yahweh, and so should we be. Psalm 15 says, "The heavens declare the glory of Elohim, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Day to day uttereth speech, and night to night showeth knowledge. There is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard." There are many masculine and feminine elements in the earth that help us to determine our identity in Yahweh, for he is omnipresent and in all and through all and above all. And even the Ruach HaKodesh is a feminine noun. The earth is feminine, and even the waters below are feminine, while the waters above are masculine. All of these things can teach us about our relationship and authority in relation to one another as men and women in Yahuwah. The heavens declare the glory of Yahuwah, and the moon is an extremely faithful witness. She is feminine, and she represents the nation of Yahsharel, the bride of the son of Yahuwah. Because the moon is feminine, signifying the woman, and the nation of Israel, the wife of Yah, she is not the ruler or the leader. Yahuwah is the masculine leader. The feminine follows and influences. Just as Yahuwah is the ruler and leader, and he is the father of all lights, and Yahusha is the light of the world, and Yahusha is called the Sun, son, the woman follows, but she realigns with the sun, the leader of all timing, every 8 years. The book of Jubilees was written by Moses. It's called Little Genesis, but it's way more than that. Jubilees chapter 6, verses 30 through 38 says the following: "The year is a 364-day year, and the moon is not the measure. In fact, using the moon as the measure will lead you astray." Verse 30 starts like this: "And all the days of the commandment will be 52 weeks of days. These will make the entire year complete. Thus it is engraven and ordained on the heavenly tablets. And there is no neglecting this commandment for a single year or from year to year." Verse 32. "And command thou the children of Yahsharel that they observe the years according to this reckoning, 364 days. And these will constitute a complete year, and will not disturb its time from its days and from its feasts. For everything will fall out in them according to their testimony. And they will not leave out any day, nor disturb any feasts. But if they do neglect and do not observe them according to his commandment, then they will disturb all their seasons, and the years will be dislodged from this order. And they will disturb the seasons, and the years will be dislodged, and they will neglect their ordinances. And all the children of Israel will forget and will not find the path of the years, and will forget the new moons and seasons and Sabbaths, and they will go wrong as to all the order of the years. For I know from henceforth will I declare it unto thee, and it is not of my own devising. For the book lies written before me, and on the heavenly tablets the division of days is ordained, lest they forget the feasts of the covenant and walk according to the feasts of the Gentiles after their error and after their ignorance. For there will be those who assuredly make observations of the moon, how it disturbs the seasons and comes in from year to year, 10 days too soon. For this reason, the years will come upon them when they will disturb the order and make an abominable day, the day of testimony, and an unclean day, a feast day. And they will confound all the days, the holy with the unclean, and the unclean day with the holy. For they will go wrong as to the months and Sabbaths and feasts and Jubilees. For this reason I command and testify to thee, that thou may testify to them. For after thy death thy children will disturb them, so that they will not make the 364 days only. And for this reason they will go wrong as to the new moons and seasons and Sabbaths and festivals, and they will eat all kinds of blood with all kinds of flesh. According to the book of Jubilees, chapter 636, there will be those who will assuredly make observations of the moon, how it disturbs the seasons and comes in from year to year, 10 days too soon. According to Enoch, the cycle of the moon is 354 days a year, not 364 days a year. In the book of Enoch, chapter 74, it gives account of 2,912 days every 8 years when the sun and moon's cycle realigns. And by the way, 8 is the number of eternity. You see, the moon represents the nation of Yahsharel and represents all of those who become part of the house of prayer of the Gentile nations who marry both Yahusha and Yah to become part of the family of Yahuwah again in eternity. 8, again, is the number of eternity. The scripture says Yahuwah calls heaven and earth to witness against us. This is in Deuteronomy 4:26, 30:19, and 31:28, of life and death and blessing and cursing. And so, when he asks heaven and earth to witness, he asks us to choose life. In the Enochian calendar, the moon does not begin the month, nor does it begin any of the appointed times. However, it is present in two forms and signals them. But just as his written word is a faithful witness, so are the heavens and the moon. And just as the moon is faithful, we who have faith are called to be faithful to the Son of Yahweh. The sun rules the day, leading like a husband at the head of the year. But the moon, like a faithful wife, witnesses to all of the appointed times. Every equinox, spring and fall, the bride moon enters the same gate as the groom sun, and she exits the same gate. And that is how she and the sun mark the equinox. That is why the moon is dark near the start of the month, not on day one, but during the first week or two of the month. She is a dark moon going through the same gate as the sun, not the opposite one. Enoch 74, 5-6 says, in 2 months, the moon sets with the sun, and that's at the spring and the fall equinox. At the head of the month, the moon enters the bridegroom's chamber with the sun. Psalm 19, verses 4 through 5 tell us that in the luminaries of the sky, Yahuwah set a tabernacle for the sun, which is as a bridegroom coming out of his chamber, rejoicing as a strong man to run a race. First Enoch 78, verses 14 to 15 says, when the sun goes forth from the gate, the moon goes forth with him, and the moon delays in the same gate 2 times a year, spring and fall equinox, until the sun passes out of that gate. In other words, the moon goes with him, the sun, into the wedding chamber. She is dark with no light of her own. And then they leave the chamber together. Yahuwah appointed the moon for seasons, and the sun knows his going down, says Psalms. He is going down into the chamber with his bride, the moon, and 2 weeks later, she is fully pregnant with reflected light. So at every appointed time, the moon is full, and that is how she is a faithful witness. And so should we be faithful to our bridegroom, Yahusha, reflecting his light and not our own. That's why the middle of the month of every month always has a full moon. And the 3 main appointed times Israel is commanded to celebrate, Passover, Pentecost, and Tabernacles, all happen in the middle of the month under the full moon. The moon is a witness of the work of the sun. She is the key dark witness to his appointed head of the year, first day, and a witness within each month. But she is not the leader of either. She follows the leader's light into the wedding chamber. He fills her with light as a nighttime witness to the seed of the earth and light grown in the night of the moon's womb. She is even the daytime witness to his greater light. It is his light that causes the harvest witnessed in the earth for each of the 3 key appointed times. And the moon's mid-month harvest full moon, pregnant with light, witnesses to the earth's fruit of the sunshine, the sun shining 7 times brighter than the moon. When the sun is absent, things die. Just as when the father is absent, the family lacks the light of the leader. But praise Yah, there is neither male nor female in Yahusha. Like the moon, Yah planned from the beginning to make it all right. The woman also can redeem and be a light. Like the moon shining in the night, the seed dies and life takes root in Yahuwah's darkest dark, which Job 11 and Isaiah 58 say is dark like the noonday sun. And then the seed rises green with light when met with the light of the sun, to bring forth fruit of the light of his light and the dark fashioning of the moon's night. But the most interesting thing, the moon is also a faithful witness to the earth, like a fisheye mirror in an old grocery store that sees everything. The moon works the same way. When you position the earth correctly, you see the Rubus Negro here at the top, basically the North Pole. And then it's in the middle. And then going down to the right is the head of the earth, the continent of Africa. And to the left is North America. And when we place the head of Africa from conventional maps on top of this moon reflection, Africa matches perfectly. It even matches this ancient Oxford map. The moon literally reflects the image of the Father on the face of the earth. The moon reminds us, we who are faithful will always follow our groom, the Son, Yahusha, to the end of the world. and we will conform our image to the Father, even as the moon reflects his glory. The heavens and the earth declare the glory of Yahuwah, and the moon is a faithful witness. Just as the moon aligns with the sun as a faithful witness every 8 years, at the end of the 7th day of Yahusha's 1,000-year reign of Sabbath rest, after death and hell and judgment are no more, all the children of Yahuwah will be aligned with Yahuwah on the 8th day, which will be the first day of eternity, forever. Olam, praise Yah. Family, like the moon, let's be a faithful witness to the bridegroom, son of Yah, Yahusha, so we may enter the kingdom of heaven. To pick up our calendar and learn more, shop at intoalltruth.net or go to our YouTube channel for more extensive teachings.